Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. So I can do not disturb his own. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole full elect. So just want to do a quick lesson. The setup is being made, and it says FBI warns Hamas or other terrorist groups could attack United States, and we can already see, I can see through the spirit, them, linking, the ministry to what they're trying to do. Hell, Esau's been trying to do it. And, just last week, you had an agent, pop his head up, saying Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, holding a gun, holding a sword in his hand. So it's nothing for Esau to pretty much set somebody up, who deems himself a Hebrew Israelite, and then, use him to bring blame upon the whole ministry. So the setup is already here. It says that the FBI director, says in a rare phone briefing for reporters that there is a possibility of copycat attacks of Hamas or other foreign terrorist organizations in the United States. So this is pretty much Esau Edom setting something up, because whenever he says that there's a possibility of this happening, that's him putting it out there that, this is coming, because these devils, they're crafty. What I'm saying? Let's get a quick scripture on that. That's why the scriptures talk about, us not being ignorant to his devices. 2 Corinthians 2:11, least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. You see his tricks, man. And this is one of his tricks, to set us up, in hopes to accuse us before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. See, he's going to get the world, all right, with this accusation. But the Lord sees this devil. The Lord sees, Esau Edom putting in plans, to pretty much persecute us. Everything. That's why the book of Psalm 64, it says what? All right, Psalm 64 and verse 2, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. The secret counsel of the wicked, man. These elite, they come in, they come, in these little councils to talk about, how they're going to forward their agenda. You best believe Jake, within that agenda is mentioned mentioned for them to do what? To cut Jake off, man. To cut the Israelites off. And, we're being talked about in those agendas too. How they gonna get us out of the way? How are they gonna accuse us before the world? People think that, what we're doing by preaching the word is insignificant, but the higher ups, the elite, they know the power within the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai being preached out there. So their whole thing is to get it out of the way. And you're going to see the way they do it. It's going to be sloppy, of course, but Esau is coming with that accusation. Verse 3 says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. You see, and this is what we're going to be seeing. They're setting it up. The stage is pretty much set, as a matter of fact. It says, the threat is very much ongoing, and in fact, the threat picture continues to evolve. Here in the U.S., we cannot and do not discount the possibility that Hamas or other foreign terrorist organization could exploit the conflict to call on their supporters to conduct attacks on our own soil. So Esau may have, sleeper cells or agents here in Babylon, to do things, agent provocateurs, to do things here in Babylon the Great, all right, to cause chaos, And once again, don't be surprised if one of these groups, Israelite groups that Esau, got in his back pocket, is told to do something so that they can bring blame to the whole ministry. It says, the law enforcement agency has been sharing intelligence about possible violence with state and local law enforcement, including that of a lone wolf-style assailant who is not on their radars. It says, Ray said that Jews and Muslims alike, as well as their institutions and houses of worship, have been threatened in the U.S. and told reporters that the Bureau is moving quickly to mitigate the threats. And, these same people are the ones doing this, man. Now look at this devil. He's clearly red, man. His shirt is white. Man, these are the Edomites, man. All right. The man of lawlessness, the man of sin. All right. The devil that the Bible speak of. You know. It says in a separate speaking engagement at an International Association of Chiefs Police event, he noted an increase in reported threats and in particular warned that we've got to be on the lookout. You know, just like the scripture says that we've got to be on the lookout because Esau, Edom, you know, is restless. The scriptures talk about. Let me see. I'm gonna finish off on this, Lord willing. It says, verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? And this is a snare being laid for the prophets. All right, but what does the scripture says? You know, he that casteth a stone upon his head shall it return. I'm just paraphrasing it. All right, he that diggeth a hole or diggeth a pit shall fall into it. You know, so Esau Edom is digging his own pit, man, that he set for the prophets. It says, verse 6, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. You know, so I want to go to the scripture real quick because they're talking about, you know, they got to keep watch. Well, the men of the Lord are keeping watch. Or on you devils, through the spam probably y'all about Shemiah shot. Because once again, you know, these things that you're doing, you know, the apostles, the elders, you know, the brothers on down, they've been saying this, that Esau, Edom was going to link the prophets to, you know, T-ism, you know, if you know what I mean. I don't want to say the word, so the algorithm won't catch it. I think I already said it, but Lord willing, you know, it doesn't get hit with a strike. This is Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15. It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. You know, the days are evil, man. Esau, Edom is getting ready to come down with that great wrath as spoken of in Revelation 12 and 12. It says, the FBI director twice said that he was horrified by the brutality committed at the hands of Hamas and added that countering terrorism is the Bureau's #1 priority. We will not tolerate violence motivated by hate and extremism. And remember, this is the same guy who was sitting in front of that judge, you know, speaking on the quote unquote black Hebrew Israelites. You know, this is the same guy, you know, and he was trying to get that judge to, you know, indict us. But, you know, she was saying how, you know, she's familiar with the Hebrew Israelites and, you know, they're not known for committing acts of violence, you know, so this is a setup. All right. It says, we will not tolerate violence motivated by hate and extremism. He said, adding that the Bureau's legal attaché office in Tel Aviv is working with Israeli and U.S. embassy partners to locate and identify all Americans who've been impacted in the region, including those who remain unaccounted for. You know, so, you know, Esau, Edom, you know, as I stated earlier, you know, they're about to do something, man. All right, they're about to do something, you know, and pretty much what they're going to blame it on is, you know, the T-ism, and hate. They're going to blame it on all that, and somehow, some way, you know, they're gonna link it to the prophets. They're gonna link it to the message that we preach, man. You know, so this is something to look forward to, something that, you know, to keep an eye on, because Esau Edom is definitely looking. This is his goal right here. You know, any way that he can get us linked and involved, you know, he's gonna do it. Then let's get Matthew, the 10th chapter, man. And this is spirit because we brought this out at camp, you know, yesterday, and you know, the spirit just have this coming out, okay, because these are the times that we're living in. This is Matthew 10 and verse 17. It says, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. You know, and this happened before, you know, back in the time of the apostles, man. It says, because they were brought, you know, before, you know, governors and kings. You know, they were being beaten by, you know, Jake, or and the heathen. And you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. So they were brought before kings. They were brought before governors, man. All right. Same thing gonna happen today. All right. The brother's gonna be taken brought before, whoever, the president, the judge, mayors, whatever. Yahushua is letting us know. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what you shall speak, for it shall be given you in the same hour what you shall speak, man. All right, so let me jump down to verse 21. It says, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. You see, so this was getting ready to happen. All right, Yahushua's name is getting ready to be demonized, all right, globally. And, the men of the Lord who preach Yahushua is going to be demonized along with his name. But you know what? That's okay, because we're going to be persecuted for righteousness, because, this world hate Yahushua. Scripture says, that you will know that the world hated, if the world hates you, know that it hated me, because you are not of the world. So the world hates Yahushua, so automatically the world's going to hate us if we preach Yahushua. But that's not to say to fall back. That's to go harder, because what the Lord's getting ready to do to the world is going to be beyond, unbelievable, for the lack of better words. When I say unbelievable, I'm talking about like something you've never witnessed or never heard or seen before. All right, history has not even, seen what the Lord is getting ready to do in our time. That's why it mentions it as the great and dreadful day of the Lord. In the book of Malachi, the 4th chapter, Malachi, the 4th chapter, it talks about, I'll send you Elijah the prophet, all right, which we know to be Elder Abba Bivens. This is Malachi 4 and verse 5. It says, behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Once again, that was Elder Abba Bivens. He came and did his lot. The Lord called him back to the spiritual realm. All right, but we're living in the day, that dreadful day of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. The bad, let's say the gruesome things that the scripture says is going to happen in these last days. Well, they're getting ready to happen. So, it's it will behoove, us, to just cleave on to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua in these times. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.